Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. I am Moni if you are new here, and today we're going to be getting into a reaction by our guy, Fantastic Hip Hop. And today we're going to be talking about Tyler the Creator. Now, Tyler has recently made headlines because he had an interview where he spoke about several things, and one of the hot topics had to do with a white rapper named Ian, where Tyler feels like this person is making a mockery of hip hop as well as other artists. But specifically, he mentioned a white rapper where a lot of people believed it to be this kid named Ian. So we're going to get into this video, give our thoughts, and see what Fantastic Hip Hop is talking about.
A time where so much of the rap world has just made a mockery of what the genre stands for. One of the most acclaimed, gifted, and respected rappers of the modern era has finally spoken up and called out all of the musical grifters running around and trying to sell themselves off as rappers, as in a recent interview. None other than
And to be honest, it's too many of them. It's too many of them doing this. And we we as people, as fans, gotta somehow get a hold of this, as well as the people who are a part of it or behind the scenes. But as fans, we have to start doing something to stop this mess because it's getting ridiculous.
Tyler the Creator bashed the current state of hip hop for so many reasons that the world needed to hear from an artist of his magnitude. And now, while some people have accused Tyler of doing this for attention or as a result of him becoming bitter and out of touch with the ever changing trends in hip hop, when you look at everything
Mm.
Tyler says and just how nuanced and detailed he gets when it comes to this warning shot he has given to the entire rap world, you can see that what he is saying is so much more than just some shade being thrown out, because with everything he has had to say, he isn't dissing other rappers to start beef or drama, but he is fighting to preserve the very identity of what hip hop and really music culture stands for in a way. And now, as we dive deeper into everything Tyler has said in one of the most crazy and viral interviews that has come from any rapper in quite some time, by the end of it all, you will be even more shocked about everything than you would think on the surface, because the way Tyler pulls the curtain and exposes everyone, it will really have you questioning the entire landscape of the music industry and the people who are being positioned to spearhead the future of hip hop. So now,
Hip hop right now is in the dirt, is in the dirt. And again, we need to do something to fix that because let's just get into the video before I start going off on a tangent.
with this Tyler the Creator interview, as he spoke with Maverick Carter, Tyler went on a rant where he came at so much of what has been dominating the hip hop landscape over the past few years, and now specifically addressing everything in the rap world that before the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef really had people questioning the long term stability of rap music as a whole. Tyler had three main points about everything horrible going on in the rap world right now that, when he connected, put together a shocking picture that in most eras would be any rapper's worst nightmare. And now, to begin to address this problem that so many current rappers are seemingly a part of, the first thing Tyler talked about is the pure intent behind so many of the people making music today, which, as he described, is no longer about putting compelling art into the world and instead is more about posing as a musician to be treated as such by the industry, but then just releasing what Tyler calls meme records. And as Tyler puts these artists on blast for pretty much exposing themselves, for showing their true nature, which is, of course, that they are making music to exploit algorithms and the digital media landscape, as opposed to creating something genuinely powerful that can resonate with human beings and not machines.
We don't have music like that anymore that actually resonates with people, that stands the test of time and just actually means something. Like the other day, like he just showed Ice Spice, but the other day I was listening to Love is Blind by Eve. Very powerful record, very, very powerful record about a friend who was in an abusive relationship, um, and how she had trouble escaping that, and escaping the man that she was in the relationship with. And then if you watch the music video, thankfully in real life, the girl, the young lady that the song was about, was able to get away from that. But in the video, the girl who the display, basically she ended up passing away, but that was a song that had meaning, that resonated with a lot of women, even men, because it's domestic violence. Women go through it, men can also go through it as well, but for the sake of this video, song was about domestic violence with women. And we don't have that anymore. The girls in the game right now, they're not writing songs like that, that has impact, that has meaning. Um, and a lot of the girls, like Ice Spice, for example, they were just popular, and then they randomly decided one day they wanted to make a song, and it just went from there. A lot of these artists today are not the artists of yesteryear, where they grew up and it's all they wanted to be. They were basically groomed and bred to be stars. We don't have any artists anymore that where you can look back and see, oh, these are these home videotapes where they are in their living room, they're practicing and practicing and practicing. They're going to talent shows and they're practicing. They're performing outside in Walmart parking lots just to get their name out there. We don't have any of that anymore. These people that are artists today, they're artists just because they had a social media following and they decided, oh, I need to do something. Let's try music. You know what I mean? So it's just getting ridiculous.
This is the first curtain Tyler is trying to pull in the industry by just waking people up to the fact that so many of the new rappers who have been getting pushed by the industry do not have the same intentions that all great artists historically had.
Right.
And as there have been so many rappers who release music that literally just feels like a joke with how mind numbing it is and how some people are still accepting this. This was very important for Tyler to say, and just to wake people up to what is really going on right in front of them, and now building on this. Because of the nature of artists making music that aims to be a viral joke over everything else, so much of what has been released within the hip hop space has become redundant, and more than ever, from
Mhm.
rappers to producers, feels like everyone is trying to clone each other and take somebody else's signature sound and wave. And while Tyler
Right.
may have specifically targeted
No one is original these days. No one has their own identity. They want to bite off what the last chick did or what the last dude did because they had some success with it. There's no one with an original bone in their body. Everybody wants to sound the same. Everyone wants to do the same thing. Everyone sounds like they're from Atlanta. I remember at one point in hip hop, Atlanta used to get a hard time. You would never catch a dude, a rapper, or a chick from New York trying to sound like a chick from or a dude from Atlanta. Everyone had their regions, everyone had their own personal sounds. Now it's just a ball of what the fuck. Everyone sounds the same, everyone is doing the same thing, everyone is wearing the same thing. No originality.
Ian for pretty much just being the definition of this cookie cutter mold of artist that is trying to take over right now. His point about all of this goes much further than just talking about how rappers stealing other rappers' sounds has never been worse, because as a result,
And now I will say this Ian person, never heard their music. Don't think I'll ever want to hear their music. But I did see a clip of him and he appears to be connected to Little Yachty. So it's not even shocking. It's not even shocking if Lil Yachty is involved.
of artists pretty much not trying to be original, and then the fact of them copying things for dollars as opposed to creating art in directions that they are actually inspired by. This isn't just limiting creativity, but this low effort way of making music has translated into every single aspect of these new rappers' brands. As when it comes to translating this viral hype from algorithms into live performances that are supposed to captivate audiences. Tyler calls out the hip hop landscape of today for delivering some of the most lousy and lazy performances of any cloth of musicians ever. And now somebody calling out the entirety of hip hop for doing this on this level is really long overdue, because aside from the superstars who truly know how to command a stage like Travis Scott, Playboy Cardi, and of course Tyler himself, the majority of current rappers' live shows are genuinely horrible as
Doodle. Terrible. These guys cannot perform. These girls cannot perform. They need back vocals because they don't know their own words. They miss their cues. It's just all bad. It's just all bad. It's terrible. Like, take, I don't even want to bring him up in this conversation, but Kendrick Lamar is a phenomenal performer. Like, and when I say phenomenal performer, I mean Beyonce level performer. And you can tell that he studied her because he gives the same production. He gives the same um visuals. Like you can tell he takes it serious. There's no backtracking. His voice projection, his inflections, amazing. You don't see that with a lot of rappers these days. You don't see it at all. The last person that I've seen do that on full display, as far as like a concert goes, that I see was Jadakiss in the verses. And that's just from a vocal standpoint in the locks and no backtracking. These guys and these girls cannot perform. Megan does a good job. Um, but you can tell she's also studied Beyonce. She's adapting those type of things. She also dances. Cardi B, she has good visuals and good productions, but she can be better as far as like her performance goes, because you can tell she does get tired. Dancing is not her strong suit, so sometimes she's kind of like offbeat, but she still gives. You can tell she's trying, she gives effort. Ice Spice, terrible. I think I've seen Little Baby live maybe one or two times. A 6 out of 10 at best. Like, these people do not know how to perform. They don't put no effort into. They don't take this shit serious because it's not serious for them. It's just a money grab. It's not serious for them. It's just a money grab. And it's unfortunate. It's sad.
from rapping over pre-recorded vocals, which is another aspect of performing that Tyler has been super critical about in the past, because it really just is a lazy crutch for most people who use it, to the fact that so many rappers performing don't bring any energy or interesting dynamic at their shows whatsoever. These live performances
And I just want to know, like, as far as like Ice Spice goes, like, how does she feel when she's performing, And I don't even think she's giving it her all, but she's doing whatever it is that she's doing. And there's like no sign. There's like crickets. But as soon as she bends over, everyone's hooting and hollering and screaming. I don't know.
have become a direct extension of how devoid of life and identity that the music of so many of these new rappers have been putting out is, which now, even building more on Tyler's point about all of this, is a direct reason why hip hop ticket sales are down across the board right now, and why
I think they were saying Sexy Red only sold like 46% of her tickets. Lil Baby cancels 7 its only tours with dates with no explanation. Cause these guys are not they're not selling, man. They're not selling on wax and they're not selling out tickets. Don't nobody want to go and see that bullshit. Don't nobody want to go and see that bullshit. The only people that can get money out of me right now today is Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter, and Kendrick. I'm sorry. They're not getting any money out of me because it's going to be bullshit. Like, I'm not wasting my hard on money to show up and see you standing in one spot and rapping over the pre-recorded track. If I wanted to listen to that, I can go in the car and put Apple Music on. I don't want to hear that.
more rappers' tours are flopping, and now bringing all of this together. Tyler's whole point about this was not to just criticize a lot of the new rappers out right now for being lousy musicians and really being nothing more than a disposable brand ambassador who is mimicking hip hop, but instead, it was to illustrate the greater point that with all these musicians who do not care at all about their art, which is clear through not just the way they create their music, but through the way they conduct themselves and always spend all of their time in the limelight talking about any other ridiculous thing, but the actual product they are promoting, which is, of course, the music. These rappers and the inherent values they are projecting have destroyed the worth of the actual music they are supposed to be known for putting out. And this has caused a downfall in the entire music industry, as from fans who can't even articulate why they dislike an album because the thing is made so haphazardly and treated so disposably, to the rappers who spend their marketing and press campaigns for music gossiping and talking about drama, instead of convincing people why to actually care about the body of work they are putting out. Tyler brought
Mhm.
up all of these points to slam the modern music industry and the direction it has been heading in, because as it stands, the value of the album is spiraling down a rabbit hole that it may never come back from. But this is not necessarily because people don't care about albums, because as we have seen, especially in rap this year, when the right people drop, they do create massive moments that people can actually pay attention to and have
Mhm.
some sort of discourse about. But generally speaking, so many of the rappers occupying the mainstream landscape right now have tired out listeners. and made them untrusting of the musical products they are putting out. And as this criticism is coming from somebody like Tyler the Creator, whose last three albums have all been massive successes and arguably all classics in their own regard, as they have all solidified themselves as their own defining cultural moments, there could not be a better voice projecting this message because Tyler is screaming at the music world to do one thing that so many rappers today don't even consider, which is just to care about what they are doing and to
And I've seen the discourse on social media from certain people, and they're like, "Oh, Tyler got nerve to have this opinion about meme rappers when he first came out. He was doing meme music." And I'm just like, I don't think Tyler was doing me music back then. I think he was just one of those very obnoxious kids who were over the top, who did things to get attention. But if you look back at it and you listen to the music, although he was very obnoxious and over the top and doing things to get attention, the material was still there. The music that he put him, the music he put out, the music his crew Odd Future put out, they played, but they put out quality music. So you can't necessarily compare the two. I've seen that discourse and I'm just like, no, it's not the same because even then Tyler and his peers, like Earl Sweatshirts, they were being compared to artists of the past. Like I remember, I think Earl Sweatshirt was being compared to Nas at one point, like the Illmatic album. I don't agree with, but you're not comparing a Earl Sweatshirt or a Tyler to the Creator to rappers like Nas and say that they were putting out meme music. No, their outside antics were just over the top and doing the most because that's just what it was back then. But when it came to their music, they actually put out decent music, good music that you could listen to. It wasn't all mumbo jumbo bullshit and talking about people being the shit or the fart or stuff like that, you know?
appreciate the art that they make because if they don't, nobody ever will. And in this world that we are starting to live in today, where most artists' album sales are dropping viciously, I mean, Tyler literally already proved his point in this interview as soon as he finished talking about all this because he told Maverick Carter that all of his negative comments are going to be the moments everyone clips up and talks about from this interview. Meanwhile, they will miss the context of why he made these points in the first place. And overall,
Points that need to be discussed because hip hop music in general, hip hop specifically, is in the toilet.
the positive message Tyler is trying to have reach all of us through it. Because while he may be putting other artists who are younger than him down, which may make him look like a hater and an old head, what Tyler is doing here is more respectable than anything else we have seen recently. Because in this time where the actual idea of the music itself is being devalued and artists are just letting this happen without a care in the world.
And to be honest, I don't think he's being an old head or he's putting anyone down. He's telling the truth. Music is terrible these days. And then you have random people who think they can just come into hip hop, especially, and just do whatever with it because it's a popular thing to do. Like they said, this kid Ian, I never listened to his music, but according to Tyler in the masses, he's rapping like he's Gucci Mane. How can a white privileged kid from the suburbs talk about trapping? What do you know about trapping and being from the hood? Ian, absolutely nothing. Nothing. You know nothing about it. So how can you, Ian, write raps and write songs about something you've never experienced in your life? And then I think Boo is what Akon's brother. I don't even know what if I'm saying his name. Apparently, Boo is who is backing this white kid. Akon's brother is who's backing this white kid. And he said to Tyler, "Oh, I never thought I'd see the day where you'll be old and hating." That's not hating. And you only feel it's hating because you're making money off this little white kid making a mockery of hip hop and rap. How is that okay? All y'all see is money. All y'all see is dollar signs, and you're okay with this white kid pretending that he's Gucci Mane and that he's from Atlanta and that he can rap like Future and talk about things he's never experienced in his life. You can't say this is influence. How is he influenced and he's never lived this lifestyle? Make it make sense to me. I don't know any other genre that other than hip hop that allows people to come in, eat off of it, make a mockery out of it, and when they decide that they're done with it and they go to another genre and become these big stars. You see it so much within hip hop. It's ridiculous. Those other genres, country, rock, all of that, they don't play that. You cannot come in their genre, think you're gonna just make music from it, pretend like you're a part of it, and think they're not gonna say nothing about it. Only in hip hop do we allow that. In R&B, do we allow that? You got Post Malone just the other day in the headlines telling some, oh, he was depressed and he was drinking because people were calling him a culture vulture. You were Post Malone. You came into this game as White Iverson, had braids, had a grill, and you were a rapper. As soon as you got a nice audience, you started to talk bad about rap and hip hop and down it, and now you this big country singer or whatever genre it is that you're in now. Tell me some, oh, I was just a kid. You were not a kid. You were 21 years old, being a culture vulture. I don't know any other genre that allows white people, especially, to come into hip hop and invite them to a cookout. And because they can rap on beat and they can hold a little two step, black people want to welcome them. And then when they're done with it, they say, all right, fuck it. I'm done with this nigger shit. Excuse my language, but you know what I mean. I'm done with it. I don't want to do this anymore. Now I want to be a country singer. Now I want to be a pop star. I got where I wanted to be. I don't need the black people anymore. We got to do better, bro.
As the internet is trying to put the pieces together of what Tyler said, who he is calling out, and what he is trying to accomplish, as you understand that he is just trying to make a music world value the thing it was put in place to do. Instead of staying on this path where artists are making a mockery of the word hip hop and are trying to destroy everything that was once sacred, the question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to join him?
All right, cousin. So that was fantastic hip hop on regards to Tyler the Creator. Now I said my spiel in my positions in the video, of course. Let me know your opinion down in the comment section. Is hip hop in a state of disaster right now? Personally, me, absolutely. It's trash. We need to reclaim hip hop and get these meme rappers, as Tyler the Creator calls it, and get them out of here. We need to bring back substance. We need to bring back real writers, real rappers, real spitters, because everything now is in the dirt. We got these rappers who are just surviving off of streams. They're not selling out their concerts. They're not selling right as far as their albums goes. They're getting 18K the first week, 20K the first week. I said this in a previous video. If you were a new artist or a current artist and you sold 20K in the first week, you were being put on the shelf. We don't have one hit wonders anymore. We used to have a lot of those back in the day. And even the one hit wonders put out good music. These artists today, they just put out shit and then they keep putting out shit. We got to do better, bro. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Later.